Warning: the following video contains graphic combat footage. Viewer discretion is advised. In our last update, the conflict in Nagorno Karabakh was reaching a critical moment with the battle for the strategic town of Shushi. A win for Armenia and the Artsakh would have been a huge defeat for Azerbaijan to reclaim the region. A win for Azerbaijan here and the entire defensive perimeter along with several supply lines would be effectively cut. As the campaign for the city began, Armenia seemed to be holding their own and were able to hold off the Azeri forces with accurate targeting of Azeri ground forces by Armenian artillery. While the opening days of this seemed to be showing well for the Armenians, it did not hold out, and soon Azerbaijan occupied the town of Shushi as Armenian and Artsakh forces fled to the de facto capital of the region, the city of Stepanakert. With the key terrain of Shushi now firmly in Azeri hands, a cessation of hostilities brokered by the Russians was agreed to. With this signed, and Russian peacekeepers now arriving into the region to fulfill their part of the deal, the war is not over. What happened? How did the Armenian forces and the Artsakhs lose so decisively in only 6 short weeks when they held out for 6 years when they took the territory from Azerbaijan? We will get back to that in a moment, but first be sure to click the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Share this video with your friends on social media and follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Parler. Links in the description. In the previous videos, we showed the strengths and weaknesses of the warring sides. In the assessment of the Armenians and the Artsakhs, we stated they were heavily outgunned by Azerbaijan in just about every category possible. The only category they had an advantage was with their air defenses. However, the Armenian air defense seemed to be the key factor in the fight, specifically in their inability to target and eliminate the Azeri drones, especially that of the TB2 Bayraktar. While they managed to take out 3 or 4 of these drones, they showed their value time and time again. These drones allowed the Azeri forces to target Armenian positions with relative ease. Indeed, in the first weeks of the fighting, the drones allowed Azerbaijan to successfully target dozens of artillery positions in the front lines. With these already in short supply against Azerbaijan, these were weapons that would be difficult to replace in the fight. The Azeri forces targeted and/or destroyed numerous towed artillery pieces, a large number of BM-21 MRLs, at least 2 of the feared S-300 air defense batteries, and at least 1 Smerch 300mm MRL. The drone proved to be the decisive weapon in this campaign. Drones and UAVs are not new to the battlefield. They have been used in many engagements since the late 1990s and the early 2000s. Their usage in Iraq and Afghanistan particularly showed how important they were in warfare. With the further advent of the UCAV, such as the MQ-9 Reaper, they became more than just an eye in the sky. They also became a weapon themselves. Further advances included creating so-called suicide UAVs with the main purpose of crashing into an enemy target to take it out. Armenia was already in a significant mismatch in terms of numbers and firepower. Their only real chance was in a defensive campaign that utilized the mountainous terrain to slow the Azeri forces. With the UAV, they couldn't hide from the onslaught. Camouflage positions were quickly identified and neutralized, in many cases before they even became a threat to the Azeri forces pushing forward. What does this mean for combat going forward? Has the use of the UAV now changed the battlefield with a swing back to the attacker with the upper hand, so long as they have significant quality of UAV forces? Has it shown a glaring discrepancy within air defense weapons around the world of their inability to significantly stop the UAV threat? Even such systems as the S-300 and the Buk M1 seem not to have an answer to the TB2 Bayraktar. With this latest conflict being reviewed by every major military in the world, what will the reaction be? What will the lessons learned from this conflict affect in the future? What do you think this will do to the future of combat? Feel free to comment below. We thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Parler. Links are in the description below.